Shall we begin? This is chapter one in Blueprint for Value 52 Habits to Discover and Strengthen Your Personal Worth. Chapter one is engage. Be honest about what's going on with you, your circumstances, your opportunities, your strengths, your resources, your challenges, and your time. Find out what drives your actions, thoughts, and feelings. Engage through discovery and action. Habit number one, foundation values. What you value impacts your decisions. Whether you are aware of them or not, you know when you do something that grates against your core values. Acting against them erodes your confidence, makes you feel off, and lowers your feeling of personal worth. Know what you stand for and what you stand against. That knowledge can be a guiding compass. Take time to examine your core values and write them down. You'll find you you'll find yourself better able to make confident, sometimes bold choices. Each decision made in accordance with your values will become easier to make and add deposits to your personal worth account, your PWA. So the takeaway, your core values are the foundation for everything you do. Your values are a personal compass pointing the way to your future. Foundation values are the foundation of all of the stuff that we do. I love this particular habit because, in my experience, most people don't know what they value. They're just floating through life, listening to their feelings, maybe, or reacting to their feelings. They're hoping for the best and they're waiting for results to come in to confirm their decisions. When we know what our values are, it takes the decision making out of the equation, or the rolling the dice, the guessing. It takes the guessing out of the equation. And then we can make decisions with firm conviction that we're going in the right direction. Because all of our decisions, whether we know them, whether we know it or not, are anchored in our values. They're anchored in our values. When we make decisions that align with our values, we feel good. When we make decisions that are not aligned with our values, we're filled with second guessing and self doubt. And if we don't know what our values are, everything is a roll of the dice. Now, some people have adopted values from other people. They've adopted the values of the people that raised them, or their communities, or where they work, or their significant others' values, but they haven't really taken time to figure out what's important to them. So oftentimes those values feel uncomfortable, like it's not a good fit, like a shirt that's too big or too tight. And some people have taken the next step to identify what their values are. And by values, I'm talking about the things that are non-negotiable, the things that we have to have. When these values are met, we are free to show up as our best, the best version of ourselves. And when they're not met, that's when we get into a little trouble. That's what invites what I call the challenger mindset and starts to create a little havoc. So when we know what the values are and we identify those, and I like to identify four, maybe five core values, and then identify what those mean in terms of actions and attitude, our beliefs and our behavior. When we know what they are and we know what they drive us to do, then it's so much easier to align our decisions and everything to the values because we have a plumb line. We know where we want to be. We know what we want to stay within. We've got a sandbox to play within, these core values. What are your values? I would strongly encourage you to take a step to find out. I've got a free values assessment. Bleh. Again, informal. I have a free values assessment on my website. You can check that out. It's provided by The Values Conversation. I'm certified with The Values Conversation, and it is one of my favorite values assessments. It is the only, if one of the very few values assessments that have been psychometrically verified. Very exciting. So please check that out. It takes about 10-15 minutes and just figure out what your values are. Take a moment to figure out what the non-negotiables are, because when they're met, you are at your best. When they're not, you are in survival mode and you're not free to roam about the country. So check those out, get clear on what your values are, and then start making confident decisions today when the results might not come in for a couple weeks. Thanks so much for watching.